us. We're Cayman 27, Cayman Informed.
Good evening and welcome to Cayman Now. I'm your host, Barry Guape. Special Olympics Cayman Islands is full of adventure, and this year is no less. They are planning for a huge event. Here to tell us more about it is the SOCI Director of PR, Vanessa Hansen, no stranger to all of our viewers out there. Vanessa, this sounds phenomenal.
We're facing a very exciting time. We're just over 100 days away from the World Games, which are taking place in Abu Dhabi in March of next year. World Summer Games taking place a little bit earlier because it's Abu Dhabi. It's going to be warm, so they needed to have it earlier. Our team is a delegation of 38, and we are being represented in aquatics, both in the pool and open water, in bocce, in basketball, and in track and field. And one of the exciting parts of the Special Olympics program is Unified Partners, and you'll hear from some of the coaches in just a little bit about that. But what it does is it pairs our Special Olympics athletes with non-disabled athletes out on the court, out on the field, and it's one of those programs that's been part of Special Olympics International. It's been a big initiative for several years now, but we're seeing it to continue to grow, particularly at these World Games. And it's a program that even just not even at the World Games, it breaks down barriers and it helps people kind of focus on what they have in common and enjoy each other's company. And, you know, in a way, sport can be its own language. And so if there are communication barriers, you all know the same rules of the game where you're playing together on the same team, and then all of a sudden all of that goes away. So,
wow, that like touches me. That's incredible.
It is. And so of our team, so we have Unified Partners in swimming, Unified Partners in bocce. Our basketball team is unified. So we have athletes that are all able to experience that this coming year, so it's very exciting.
And what people who are viewing this and watching this, I can't imagine the level of inspiration, the lessons learned as far as cooperation, working together, and helping your fellow human being.
It is. It's so incredibly inspirational, and I don't want to take up time from our coaches who are going to be talking, but I do want to mention that ESPN once again is going to be broadcasting, so people here can tune into ESPN when the games are taking place in March so that they can see some of those experiences, because I can tell you, you see people get up to the starting blocks or, you know, jump in the pool, and you would think maybe just by looking at them they had all the cards stacked against them, and they are achieving amazing things on the track, in the field.
Well, you've brought a lot of guests tonight, and so you guys are in for a treat. We'll be right back with that. Stay with us.
Stay connected and share your favorite holiday moments with Flow. Pick up the Alcatel A1 from $70 or the Samsung J2 Pro, packed with sweet features from $130. Every week you can win cash and prizes in our Cash Cube when you top up. Also check out our weekly top-up specials. Visit Flow's Facebook and Instagram pages to follow the deals. Plus, top up $25 or more for plenty chances to win great Flow holiday prizes. So make it Flow for everything mobile this Christmas. Visit discoverflow.ky for more. Terms and conditions apply.
Ever wondered what smart health insurance feels like?
Premier Health's 24/7 worldwide health insurance does most of the thinking for you.
1,500 CGI health claims are settled daily.
55% of claims settled automatically.
You can access your health plan almost anywhere, anytime.
And have smart wellness with online data tracking.
And more provider choices for you and the people who matter most.
Premier Health is smart health insurance, and it feels good.
BritK, where people come first.
Get the quality, the service, the wide range of products in the BRAC. Everything you love about Paramount Carpets is now available on CAYMAN BRAC. Carpets, flooring, drywall, paints, windows and doors, lumber, from plumbing to electrical supplies. You'll find it all and a whole lot more at Paramount Carpets, CAYMAN BRAC.
We do a whole lot more than just cover your floor at Paramount Carpets.
Whether you want to get going in a new car, to relax at home while you pay bills on your mobile banking app, to get the best rewards with your credit card, or to get a sure start on your little one's future. Whether you want a quick response on your loan, or just a range of services that keep your business running smoothly, you want banking that fits your life. CIBC First Caribbean. Banking that fits your life.
Welcome back, everyone. And once again, we're talking about Special Olympics Cayman Islands, traveling all the way to the World Games in Abu Dhabi in March of 2019. And right now, we're going to move to aquatics and athletics. Here to tell you more about it, we have the head coach for aquatics, Penny McDowell. Good evening and welcome. Head coach for athletics over there, Ken Figuera. Did I say it right?
Correct.
We only know you on the stage at the theater, you know. But obviously, you're doing different things. Penny, what are you doing to get your team ready?
Oh, we've been working for about 18 months now. I've got a very strong team. I've got 4 in the pool, and I've got 3 in the open water, plus unified partners in the water, so that's been a learning experience for them as well. But as I said before, if we had to go tomorrow, we'd be ready.
Explain a little bit about these partnerships.
The unified partners are really wonderful, especially in the open water. We've been doing it for years, but all of a sudden it's the end thing there. It's pairing one of our swimmers in the open water with a mainstream swimmer who kind of watches out for him, keeps him in line, keeps him in guidance with the water. But it's a wonderful experience for both of them. And training long distance, you get to know your partner very well.
I would imagine. And the teamwork and the bonding that happens between the two of them will be evident to all of us who get to view it. Ken, tell us a little bit about your preparation of your team.
We have been in training for the last 4 months. We had a point in time, we had a pre-season, and we are just heading into competition. So we hope that over the next 3 months, we'll be there.
And how are they feeling?
Slowly gaining some confidence.
Yeah.
We're gelling as a team, which is important. Working quite well together.
And what are some of the events they have to do?
They're going to be, the track people will be involved in events from the 100 right up to the 1500.
Good night.
And then we have a female who's going to be doing 2 field events. She'll be doing the shot and the javelin.
So we're putting this all together. I mean, this is really going to put the Cayman Islands on the forefront here. Do we have some of the more experienced ones and new ones mixed, either coach?
We have a mixture. I have 2 that have gone before, and the rest are new, and may not have been in, may have been in something else. One of the athletes was in basketball and now switched over. And then one of our most experienced ones have left me and gone to basketball. So it's very exciting. It's fun to do new things, and it's been a good experience for them.
And I would imagine, I know, Penny, you've traveled with them before. What do you see before and after?
It's amazing. The self-confidence just grows and grows and grows, and they learn to talk to people and how to answer correctly, how to just interact. It's amazing to watch.
And Coach Ken, what do you think some of these will bring back? Do you have some experienced ones, or are they all new?
I think they're going to produce their best to start with, but I feel they will grow as individuals because the invisibles are sport going to be at them, all right? Working as a team, getting along, seeing new places must bring some change in them.
And how does the unified partnership work in your section?
We do have unified partners. We are not carrying a unified partner. There are athletes, particularly in the longer distances, who work with unified partners. Hopefully, to the next international games, Cayman will have a unified athlete.
Well, and I want to say to our viewers tonight who are sitting at home, a lot of people, I know that those of you who've worked in this field for many, many years, it still must be difficult for you to understand there's people who don't know how to interact with someone who has challenges. They're kind of afraid of it. And I think these sporting events have started to change that viewpoint. Have you seen that over the years?
Yes, with the unified especially. I said our swimming community is wonderful about welcoming them, but you see it, especially in the younger swimmers when they start working with some of our athletes. They're very tentative at first, but within a month or even less than that, it's just like, hey, come over here and let's go do this together. And, you know, it's wonderful to watch.
And Ken, what do you see?
Well, we have been linked up with a lot of the local athletic bodies, right? All the track clubs, we have had some interaction, and that has brought changes, all right? Initially, when I got involved, there was a divide. No, they welcome us.
Now, is a lot of your coaching in both of your sections, is it repetition, or how do you start and build?
Repetition is a big part of it for all of our athletes, but I stress that our athletes know how to do all 4 strokes. So it's always something new to learn and a challenge ahead of them, But repetition is a big part of it.
It really is. Ken?
Conditioning is an important part of the athletic program. So that's what we just beginning to wind up on. It will continue. Now we're looking at the skill level.
Give us an idea of what type of things do you do to condition them?
All right, so they had, over the last 2 months, doing lots of running.
Okay.
Continually over a period of time, interval training. All right, they did a lot of long distances in those runs, mainly getting to the point where they do a lot of calisthenics in order to develop the strength that is needed, a lot of core work, kind of develop. A lot of leg work. All that was the focus over
Sounds
the
like
last 2 months.
I want to be there, except I need a little youth back.
Boot camp.
Anyway, I want to thank you both coaches for coming on. Coming up next, we are going to be talking to the bocce head coach and a bocce official. Coming up next.
Get ready to laugh as TV's funniest hidden camera show will have you in stitches. Just for Laughs, the Laugh Out Loud comedy show catches unsuspecting people in some of the funniest situations. It's Just for Laughs, and it's only here on CAYMAN 27. Catch it Monday through Friday.
Ever wondered what smart health insurance feels like?
Premier Health's 24/7 worldwide health insurance does most of the thinking for you.
1,500 CGI health claims are settled daily.
55% of claims settled automatically.
You can access your health plan almost anywhere, anytime.
And have smart wellness with online data tracking.
And more provider choices for you and the people who matter most.
Premier Health is smart health insurance, and it feels good.
BritK, where people come first.
ECLIPZE Hair Design and Day Spa. Discover the difference.
Next time on Coalition Corner, advancing treatment.
I remember the days when there was no treatment and people would go to their support groups to talk about who was in the hospital, who had died last week.
Overcoming treatment fatigue.
Sometimes you become depressed with taking this med, and somebody has to say, you need to take it.
And confronting stigma and discrimination.
The person that sells sex, you know, it's a job, it's what they do.
Don't miss the next Coalition Corner.
Welcome back, everyone. And once again, we're talking about going to the World Games in Abu Dhabi in March 2019, the Special Olympics Cayman Islands. And on this segment, we have, on the far corner over here, we have Nicole Thompson, and she is now a bocce official.
Yes.
So no longer a coach, you're going to be on the side of officiating these things, which I'd imagine is going to be kind of tough transition for you personally.
Yes. Well, I'm always going to be a coach. Let's just put that out there. But for these games, I'm not going as the head coach. I'm going as an official. Yes, it has been a bit of a change. I'm thinking about it. I was asked earlier today, how did I make that decision? How do I feel about it? And initially when I applied to go, I was like, oh yes, I want to do the officiating. But when the actual approval came through, I was like in two minds. Do I really? Because
a little
at that
bittersweet.
Time, yes, because the team was starting to gel. You know, everybody was getting together. We got in the contingent. And I really had to stop and think, is this what I want to do? But I look forward to doing something different, so.
Absolutely. And so Wanda Viscount-Watler, you are the head coach for bocce.
And the alternative until she announced it.
So for our viewers who might not be familiar with bocce, just give us a brief explanation of what it is and what the players' challenges will be.
Well, actually, it's a very easy game that anybody can play, whether they're athletic or not.
Right.
There's a little white ball called a plena. We have a court that you throw out the plena, and then there's 2 players, or can be 4 players, depends on the team. And there's 4 red balls, 4 green balls. Your team gets to throw out red balls. I get to throw out green, and we end up, whoever gets closest to the plena, then if your red ball gets closest to the plena, I have to throw my green ball until I get closer than your red ball. There's only 8 balls, so it's a very short period of time before you finally get the points for that one part of the game.
So I guess a lot of the training is on, you know, the eyes focusing on the target all the time and being aware of your position within the field of play.
Right, right. Well, for the most part, it's 12 points for singles, and so we end up with just knowing where you are in the game. So if we're tied, then you want to know how you're going to strategize in order to get more points than to get further than you. So it can be intense as the game goes on, but yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So from an officiating perspective then, what are some of the things you'll be looking out for?
Ooh, definitely the rules.
I think so.
Making sure that all athletes
We rely on you for that.
Yeah. But actually one of the main things they're focusing on as well is the interaction with the coaches. One of the good things about Special Olympics is you do the training and then the athletes go out there and they show you what they have learned. What we try to minimize in all sports of Special Olympics is too much coaching involvement while the games are going on. Now, for a sport like basketball also, there will be more involvement. But for bocce, we look very closely to ensure that the coach is not trying to coach while the athlete is out there. Because once the athlete is on the court, they are on their own. They are doing what you've taught them to do. So I know one of the emphasis this year will be on looking at what kind of signals or if the coaches are trying to do anything from the sidelines. I mean, I remember going to games as a coach and we were always warned, you didn't even want to smile, you didn't want to move because you didn't want your athlete to look at you and recognize a thing and say, oh my goodness, am I doing this right? Am I doing this wrong? Yeah, I mean, it has been, there are cases where coaches have tried things like that. So that's one of the things we'll be looking at as officials, that to ensure that the athlete is given their chance to do what they can do on the courts.
Well, Nicole, I have to congratulate because a little birdie told me you're only one of 2 selected to officiate from the Caribbean region, so well done.
Thank you.
Well done indeed. And Wanda, tell us a little bit then about the training. What are some of the steps you put them through?
Oh, we've had a lot of fun actually training, and we have got a really dedicated unified partner as well. So she is out there every Sunday.
Oh, good.
If anybody wants to come down and play bocce on Sunday afternoon, come on down 4 to 6 at Trumanbaden.
Yes.
It's a lot of fun, honestly it is. So we have gotten games, our athlete, both athletes actually, we have our designated athlete and then our alternative. Both of them are out there on Sundays with their families. So mothers, fathers, brothers are all out there playing bocce and they're getting really good at it. So we could start our own tournament here on Ireland.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, oh, it is, really. But so we've had games. We're trying to get them focused on the Polina, both of our athletes. Just rolling the ball. You need to know if you're throwing the right ball, whether it's red or green, and you have to strategize in some ways. So we've done a lot, actually, when it comes to, and they have progressed so amazingly.
And while this might be a slower moving game, correct me if I'm wrong, Coach Ken talked about conditioning them. And I know even just attending an awesome event like the World Games is going to be nerve-wracking. How do you as a coach prepare them for that?
Well, we actually brought music along. I didn't, I won't say I initiated it, Miss Nicole did, but anyway, on Sunday last, Nadisha, who's our unified partner, she had the music, we had the speakers, and so that was sort of a distraction because I was at the last World Games as the unified partner with Miss Anna, and our bocce team won 3 medals. We did great, actually. We had Miss Anna won in singles, we did doubles, and then we did teams. So it was a big auditorium, 20 games are being played all at the same time. So you have to have some focus on your own game. And so we got the speakers out and started playing the music so that the athlete would be more focused on the game than, you know, perhaps what was going on around behind.
So trivia, Nicole, what type of music?
It varies. Sometimes it's Christmas-based, sometimes it's Caribbean, but the main idea is that, as Wanda said, we want them to focus because the game is a game of concentration. Sometimes you get games that will finish in 20 minutes. Other times the games can actually go on for 40 minutes. So, I mean, it's because it's a matter of can be 1 point per frame. You may have several frames before you get to the end. So we need our athletes to focus and concentrate for an extended period of time. So when we are training, sometimes it's deadly quiet, so that's great, but that's not the reality of what they'll experience in the World Game stage.
Yeah.
So we've tried to account for that in our training.
And just the fact that the game itself demands their concentration, the music's got to help keep that focus.
Yeah. Oh, well, it was helping us as we were playing as officials, and the soca was great. We were enjoying.
I studied the classical, but I'm an old square.
I don't think he was paying too much attention. He was rolling his ball towards where the Polina, but we were enjoying it as we were officiating the game as well.
Well, ladies, thank you for joining us tonight. Coming up next, we've got another round here. We're going to have the basketball head coach and an athlete. Stay right there.
A timely response. That matters. Owning your own home. That matters. Supporting our community. That matters. When your child smiles, that matters. Good encounters, great experiences. It matters at Cayman National.
Have you had your Tortuga moment today? Come by Tortuga Fine Wine and Spirits for all your liquor needs. And taste the world-famous Tortuga rum and rum cake. Always delicious and baked fresh daily in the captivating Cayman Islands. With ongoing renovations at the airport, we invite you to shop our stores and buy before you fly. Relive the Cayman Islands in every bite.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Dr. Doug for Rooster 101.
And Bob Mosley from Rooster 101.
Tune in every Thursday night at 7:30 for the Cayman Country Watch and Win Contest.
Listen to the trivia question Thursday night on Cayman 27, then call into Rooster 101 Friday 233-1019 at 12:15 on my show, 5:15 on this guy's show.
You can win some great prizes. It's all from Cayman 27 and Rooster 101.
Your home for country music in the Cayman Islands.
Champion House Restaurant, serving Cayman for over 30 years. Start your day off right with our breakfast, fruits, pastries, hot cereals, entree, and so much more. Stop by for lunch. Our buffet offers salads, soup, entrees, and desserts. Check out our website for details on our new dinner menu. And don't forget about catering. We can customize any menu to suit your needs. Champion House Restaurant, where the islanders dine.
Welcome back, everyone, and moving along with Special Olympics Cayman Islands traveling to the World Games in Abu Dhabi in March 2019. This segment, we have Fareed Hossein. He's the basketball head coach. Good evening and welcome. And we also have our first athlete on set tonight, Andrew Smiley. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening to you too.
Now, Coach, what is there? Is there a special theme this year for this? Yes. I mean, for next year?
This year for the Special Olympics, for the World Games, the theme is Meet the Determined.
Meet the Determined.
And it's a very good theme. It obviously talks about how these athletes have trained hard and how they've excelled in their life and in athletics. And it's pushed them hard. They've pushed themselves hard. The coaches have pushed them hard, and they are determined. And our athletes are very determined to come back with some medals from Abu Dhabi.
Well, and you have this unified time in basketball here. Explain that, how that works for the basketball.
So the basketball team is taking 4 athletes and 4 unified partners for the team in Abu Dhabi. And it gives both the athlete and the unified partner a chance to interact with each other, whereas they typically wouldn't. And I have to say that the unified partners get as much out of this program as the athletes themselves. So the athletes get to play with people who have perhaps a little more coaching, a little more training, and the unified partners get to interact with our athletes and learn about them a bit more, learn about their life and their struggles, etc. So it's been a great move by Special Olympics, and it's really helped our athletes in the Cayman Islands.
It's a huge human movement.
Absolutely.
I really think that it's driving for better understanding, no matter where every individual is at. Now, Andrew, this isn't the first time you've been a part of these types of events. Can you tell me a little bit about how the clinic went with Cayman Classic? How did that go?
It went pretty good.
Yeah?
We did a lot of stuff. We checked our teeth and our eyes and our ears, and they had to check our legs, see if it was healthy and more like building up strength for your body. So we did a lot of stuff at the clinic.
Well, they do that for the dolphins in the dolphin parks.
Yeah.
They say they get better health care than human beings, but no, but it's good that they're checking all of that, right? Because as they train you, you have to be ready for that.
Yes.
How rough is Coach?
He's not that rough.
He's not rough.
He's a nice guy.
He is a nice guy.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you're doing as you start to train for this massive event?
Training like every day, like 6 days a week, and coming to training every Wednesdays, doing the hard work.
So you were out there sweating earlier, weren't you?
Yeah.
Before you came. Okay, I'm glad they're sitting down set here. No, just kidding. But Coach, tell me a little bit about some of the things that you're putting them through to prepare them.
Yeah, there's a rigorous training. We practice as much as we can. Obviously, basketball is kind of intense. Basketball has a lot of skills, a lot of different things involved, not the least of which is sort of their physical capabilities to run for 40 minutes. So we do a lot of strength training. We do a lot of endurance training and skills as well. So they've been doing quite well. We've been training for over a year now straight. So we're getting ready for Abu Dhabi. We came back with a bronze in LA, so we're hoping to get a little bit higher this year.
And working together as a team, what does that feel like, Andrew?
It feels great, knowing the team more better and getting to know each and one of them is a good experience to go ahead and do it the right way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And do you enjoy travel itself?
Yeah, I love traveling a lot.
Seeing different countries?
Yeah, the countries and meeting new friends.
This is going to be a long trip, though.
Yeah.
I hope they're telling you the truth. So, I have to ask you guys this. The Unified Partnership. Andrew, I want to know what that does for you, and from a coach's perspective, what does that do for you? Whoever wants to start. Don't fight over it now.
Well, from a coach's perspective, that actually helps us out. And in a sense, sometimes we get a little more coaching help from the Unified Partners as well. Obviously, they've got sort of coaching in a different aspect, maybe at school or at college. So it actually helps us out in that regard. And it's very interesting to see the friendships that are formed. The Special Olympics athletes are sort of used to being with each other and making their friends in that group. But when the Unified Partners come along, it's very interesting to see how they form a bond, and hopefully they keep that for the rest of their lives. So
well, Andrew, you mentioned you enjoy travel and you enjoy making new friends, so I imagine this Unified Partnership does that for you.
Yeah, it does it a lot for me, and knowing that they're there watching over me and taking care of me like a family, it's pretty good.
Well, I am so excited for you. This is quite an adventure you're going to go on. How many on basketball are going to this event?
So basketball is a team of 8 with 3 coaches. There's 11 of us. Delegation's 38. So for those that are listening out there, we are trying to raise funds at the moment to go to Abu Dhabi. It's very costly, just mentioning the long flights and everything else that's involved, the uniforms, everything else that we need to get the athletes to get together. So the board has been working really, really hard at fundraising. We would really like to support from the community. Mr. Adrian Relations is the chairman of the board, and there's a lot of people behind the scenes.
Well, they need the help. You have a long way to go. Andrew, I'll be watching you. Good luck to you. Coach, thanks for joining me. To all of you, if you want to help, please email SOCI, S-O-C-I, at candywacky.ky. Once again, that's SOCI at CANDW.ky. Please give generously. Good night, everyone.
Let Elite Marble and Granite bring the charm of Italy to your home. Made from only the best materials, Santa Margherita Quartz is handcrafted at a state-of-the-art facility located in Italy and then journeys across the ocean to Elite Marble and Granite, who is the exclusive distributor in the Caribbean. Elegant and resistant, Santa Margherita Quartz products offer a large choice of colors, textures, and exclusive finishes. Call 945-9028 or visit us online at elite.ky. Elite Marble and Granite, where perfection costs less.
Watch as some of the world's most talented people put their skills to the test as they attempt to make their mark in the record books. You'll witness some of the craziest, scariest, most bizarre stunts people will do, all in the name of stardom. It's the ultimate Guinness World Records, and it's right here on Cayman 27. Capture all the action.
Next time on Coalition Corner, advancing treatment.
I remember the days when there was no treatment and people would go to their support groups to talk about who was in the hospital, who had died last week.
Overcoming treatment fatigue.
Sometimes you become depressed with taking this med, and somebody has to say, you need to take it.
And confronting stigma and discrimination.
The person that sells sex, it's a job, it's what they do.
Don't miss the next Coalition Corner.
matters to you, it matters to us. We're Cayman 27, Cayman Informed.